when we don't understand. Job was a man who pleased God. He walked with God, and God was proud of him. Job chapter 2 from verse 7 to 10. You see that in everything that happened to Job, he did not sin against God. In verse 10, it says, in all this, Job did not sin in what he said. When we don't understand God's plan for us, when everything looks to crumble in front of us, when everything you have tried and tried does not bring forth any result, it's a time to trust him. Just let the process go through. When you don't understand his plan, when your whole life is turned over, it's the time to turn your life over to him, to God, to him who knows everything, to him who holds the future in his hands. And what happens in that instance? Then, like Job, you can go through the pain and say, I know that my Redeemer liveth. It's just like somebody that hopes to become a great businessman. He hopes that everything that he's trying will work out for good. He tries business. He tries affiliate marketing. He tried everything that he knew in the books. But everything was crumbling in front of him. Nothing seemed to work. His plan and his dream was temporarily derailed. Who among us hasn't had some kind of unexpected, disappointing experience? Experience that sends our mind into overdrive. It sends us into a place where we begin to ask ourselves questions, exclamations. We have lots and lots of untold stories, of untold answers to all the questions that we're asking. Maybe something bad is going on in your family. Maybe you've lost contact with a family member, loss of communication. You're going through grief. You've lost a family member, a loved ones. Maybe your health has gone haywire. You don't know what to do. Your company has folded, and everything doesn't seem to work at this time. In Job chapter 1 to 2, it records a whole new series, a whole complete tragedy of setbacks in the life of Job. Really, humanly speaking, there is no one who will be in the place that Job was and will not feel like God has forsaken me. If there was anyone who qualified for a life of bliss and freedom from any form of trouble, it was Job. This man was blameless. This man pleased God. God was proud of him. God could beat his shoulder for Job. This man was blameless. He was upright. Even God said it. He feared God and he shunned evil. That was God's own affirmation of this man in Job chapter 1 verse 1. And God was talking to the devil and he was telling him, have you seen my servant Job? I'm so proud of him. He's done this, he's done that. He was reading his whole resume. But life doesn't work out the way we always expect it to. For Job, at least, it didn't. For Joseph, it didn't. And it doesn't always for us. When the wife of Job counseled him and said, hey, I can see that you are all trouble. Just curse that God and die. Just curse him and die. In chapter 2, verse 8, that was Job's wife. Job looked at her and he said, oh, you talk like a woman that is not wise. He was wise in his response to his wife. And it's something that you can learn from Job's story. No matter what you're going through, big or small, the answer of Job is something that you should always have in front of you. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? In all this, Job did not sin in what he said. And by God's grace, I hope that we will trust God, will depend on Him, will rely on Him, and will wait for Him to unfold His plans for us. Even when we can't understand, even when we don't know what's going on, just remember that God is at work in our life. God is always working behind the scenes.